Hello guys, we should be live. Every player is here. I will shortly announce the round. I'm currently downloading Magic the Gathering image packs, and holy moly, there are a lot of images. I downloaded like 2 hours yesterday, and before that like an hour, and we are still only like 75% finished, not even. It's taking a long time, so I'm doing that in the background. Okay, let's go to, or maybe I can share this. Maybe I should tag like at everyone. Um, so everyone can see it. Yeah, we started early today. Well, at least for us Europeans. It's like 8:30 in the morning because Gravecorp's charger is 12 hours ahead of us, so it's yeah, 8:30 p.m. And if we started like later and he would get to the finals, then it would be like 1 a.m. for him in the morning. So we decided to start early in the morning today. So yeah, um, let's look at the decks that are being played in the top 8. Code Alpha sent us or sent me the decks that are being played here. And we have one FN Rush player, one Hydro Hurricane player, one Fortress, one Light Darkness Nature Control, one Force Control Rias Engine, one Survivor, Water Fire, and pretty diverse top 8 field. Of course, me personally, I'm intrigued in the Rebirth midrange list from Mr. De La Serna, which was a deck I won IDC something with 20. I don't know which IDC exactly with. So we'll definitely check him out later. But match has started between Darksign and Otto. Darksigner on Fortress Burn and Otto on Light Water Darkness Nature Survivors. Pretty interesting. pretty interesting. Deciding to cut fire for water. Let's see how this turns out for him. Let's quickly announce that the stream is live. My God. Yeah, I don't expect that we get a lot of viewers because it's that early in the morning, but we have the VOD after, so everyone can rewatch this. And 7 mana, could be a Lost Soul, Petrova. I'm interested in, yeah, auto stack, because I don't see like the perk, the advantage on playing water instead of fire in survivors, because you miss on Blazo and Gargantua, two really good survivors, because with like 2 Blazos you can, when you have like a factory shell, you can spam like the Blazo and get a board full of survivors for the Gargantua to finish with. And yeah, now with this deck he's forced to attack like one by one, instead of like the Coup Breaker with Gargantua breaking all shields together. And yeah, also with fire you get like Rebirth, which is really huge. Rebirth on Surfer, or Phobos for your Factory Shell, or Surfer on like Phal, Sky Sword, whatever, for your Grave Worm, for your Petrova. Yeah. And yeah, Petrova named. What did Petrova name? Survivors, yeah. Named Survivors, but doesn't have any survivor on board. It's, yeah, okay. I mean, if you call Beastfolk, that's obviously wrong because your opponent is playing 4 Boss Up, try for Sky Sword. You could call like Guardian, but your opponent is playing Phal also, so yeah. Let's quickly see. Okay, the other one, yeah. Okay. Yeah, not the best trade. And okay, he's Dark Signer going like -2 for for the Rias play. But yeah, using a card for like a 1/4, so the card quality from your opponent is like reduced, swapping in a Loco instead of the Rias, but again Loco gets its effect, so basically -2, but Rias is off the board. Yeah, and sometimes you have the issue with Survivor that you don't see your Factory Shell, which is basically the card you want to see every game, except against like FN Rush and stuff. But yeah, him not seeing the card, he saw Rias, which is, yeah, nice, but got answered. And Factory Shell is nice that it's like a better Rias in Survivor, in my opinion, because it immediately does something when it hits the board. So even if it gets removed, you already searched your Grave Worm to get it back, or search another Factory Shell, so your opponent has to answer like both your Factory Shell on board and in hand. But yeah, you can only play 4 Factory Shells, so that's why he maybe opted to play Rias too. But yeah, I don't see like any perks in playing water here. I mean, Reckless Plague is a good card, but not needed. If you spam your board full of survivors and give them an attack boost with Petrova and also your Smash Horns, you run over everything. So yeah, why would you? I don't know. And Spiral Gate, yeah, it's good against aggro decks, but when you play Fire, you can play Burst Shot, which is better. And yeah, giving Fortress too much time. Now we see what happens. Fortress coming out. You don't have nature mana left, so even if you draw Factory Shell, it's dead. Yeah, not the best start here for Otto. And also when you burn mana, you should usually burn all the non-survivor cards first, because Graveform can get them back from the graveyard. Yeah, Otto targeting Fortress Shell, deciding that this is the moment now to attack. Darksinner got Soul Swap, but sadly no no Sky Sword in the mana zone. I would go for Belix here, maybe, because it can stop like two other attackers. Maybe not, because he will attack with Blossom Tribe and then kill the Belix with Petrova if you block. Yeah, tough decision here what to do. You really don't want to swap out like one of your opponent's creatures so that it can't attack. Maybe swap Fall, yeah, Fall for Fall and get Soul Swap back. Yeah, but he's going for the Belix play. Let's see if he decides to block. Otto obviously should start swinging, because if you stop here, you are in a bad position. Play coming down next turn. Don't know what he's thinking so long, but yeah. Yeah, now Darkseid is in a tough position. I mean, he has Miraculous Plague, but he can remove the Smash on and a Blossom Tribe, but that's it. Yeah, still tough position. Maybe Soul Swap for Skysword again. No. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have played the Soul Swap to get the Plague back for Belix. But well, then two more shields would have been broken, so yeah. Good for Darkseid that Otto didn't have something playable in his hand. Another Soul Swap. Okay. At least he's surviving the turn for now. But still not a good spot. Two Blossom Tribes coming in. Oh, okay. Swapping out an attacker. Another shield trigger. I would have swapped the Sky Sword. Not sure why he went for this way. Yeah. And when knowing his guys Dark's in his list, at least in his last version he played two Terror Pits. So yeah, especially devastating, he's hitting like two Soul Swaps and a Terror Pit. Um, Now the play could be charge a mana, um, play fighter dual fang on Blossom Tribe, hope to get 2 untapped mana, and play Miraculous Plague on these two. Yeah, surviving another turn, but he needs fighter dual fang to get rid of Petrova, or at least like the soul swap in the shield to swap out Fal to kill Petrova or something like that. Maybe Otto should also have started swinging earlier. Like before the first fortress was swapped out. But usually Survivor has a good matchup against Fortress, because Fortress doesn't have mass removal. Yeah, now Darksider leads like a fighter dual fang and something for the one Blossom Tribe, maybe fighter dual fang and Belix, and hope your opponent doesn't have a removal. Yeah. Okay. Game 1 to Otto. So Skull Sweeper from Otto. Usually I'm a fan of Skull Sweeper and the version with fire instead of water, because you can play it as a one-off rebirth target, because you don't play like any other 4-drops. Um, but again, I don't see like the perk having it here when playing water instead of fire. Cranium Clamp, not that great if your opponent has a Grave Worm in hand, so he can discard just all his survivors and play Grave Worm. Yeah, and he's moving Grave Worm to Graveyard, which means he has another Grave Worm in hand. Yeah, the Clamp doesn't do anything here. Probably playing Phobos now. If he has a light mana. No, he doesn't. Well, yeah. If he would have had like another light mana, I would call the game to be over. Because getting back like the Grave Worm, getting like a Soul Swap or something from the deck, or maybe, um, yeah, I don't know, something else. But like any survivor here would be nice. And yeah, Skull Sweeper would allow you to attack without going negative in card advantage. But again, what you really want to see here from Otto's perspective is a Factory Shell. 。 And Darkseid has to hope that his opponent isn't top decking like some meaningful survivors. And has to hope that he top decks like a back-to-back soul swap, um, so he can destroy like some colors from his opponent. Again, if you try to destroy green and your opponent is playing like a survivor in darkness or the light section, it will get back the smash on because he has the graveyard. So yeah, not that great of a position from Darkseid. So basically, he has to top deck good cards, and Otto has to top deck back bad cards for like the next, I don't know, 3 turns or something. So Darkseid are taking his time. Maybe we can jump in like another match. Let's quickly see which. Okay, Klotz already finished against um the the Grange, the Water Darkness Fire, uh, Rebirth mid-range version. Yeah, not a great matchup against F and Rush. So yeah. And Darkseid, I thought so long about the plague, what to remove. And he decided to give him Graveform. Okay, interesting. Because there's another Graveform. Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, giving him like a Blossom Tribe, basically nullifying the mana burn aspect. Tough decision. And Otto just needs like a Petrova to call for Survivor to maybe, yeah, not start swinging because I would only start swinging if he has like some more creatures on the field, but no mana charge here with 4 cards in hand against the mana burn deck. Interesting. Or he just wanted to check how many mana he has, but counting to 6, not even counting, like just looking at the mana you see 6, I don't know. Yeah, charges mana. I mean, now the next plague would be nice, like giving him Grave Worm. Oh no. No, it's not that nice. Okay, now he starts mana burning. So you would take like the non-survivors first. Maybe like Soul Swap and Aqua Surfer. I mean, you don't shut him out of a color, but oh, he okay. Risky, but I can see it. Yeah, shutting him out of 2 colors is reasonable. But yeah, just one survivor, you get all the cards back, and the Fortress didn't do like some anything. Yeah. And again, the water is just like, yeah, you have something against aggro, but I don't know. Not a fan. Yeah. Patrol are coming down. Um, yeah, I mean, you really miss Gargantua like in this deck, because like Fortress mostly plays like only one Holy Ore, so you can play Gargantua and you have a sure win. And now you have to get some multiple creatures on board because your opponent can always have like, I don't know, 2 shield triggers, which stops like 2 attacks from you. And now Darksign is even threatening to attack at some point, maybe with a top deck like Fighter Duel Fang. Ripple Lotus. Uh-huh. Yeah, so strange that this is like a water survivor because tapping like your opponent's creatures is a light thing. But yeah, it's water. And yeah, now everything is like bad. Like Miraculous Plague is bad, giving your opponent like the survivors to trigger the Ripple Lotus again. And the one survivor which lands in the graveyard will get back by Grave Worm. Um, Holy Ore doesn't help because, well, Holy Ore, yeah, does help a little bit, but you need like more power on board. So far can kill the Petrova, and something else can kill the Smasher, and then yeah, you can maybe try to clear the board, but yeah, it's looking grim for Dark Center here. Yeah, I think the game is over. There's like one other game. Maybe we can just jump into X-Boom, playing Light Darkness Nature Control against Grave Corpse, who is playing uh, Forbus Control. Maybe without Forbus, I don't know. Glory Snow. Mhm. Currently X-Boom ahead in the deck out race, which is relevant because it's a really defensive deck from X-Boom. He's playing like a lot of blockers here. Against control, he's going for like the Ice Vapor route and Lost Soul, like 4 Ice Vapor or something like that. Maybe 3. Just a lot of blockers against aggro. And I think he's playing Slash Charger to go for the deck out. I'm not sure. Yeah, now Otto got his Factory Shell. um, Again, maybe tapping Fortress Shell, killing Fortress Shell, um, getting back the creatures which Darkson and burned with Fortress. Again, yeah, cutting off a color is nice, but when you have to um, yeah, but when your opponent is stopping like top decking a survivor which he can cast, he gets the survivors from the graveyards back. So I would have really liked to get maybe the Spiral Gates and the Surfers first, because this would have been like 4 mana less, which can't be regenerated. Darkseid should have swapped the Belix out, yeah, but that doesn't do anything. Like you would have had like 3 attackers now instead of uh, 2. Yeah. Yeah, no Skull Sweeper, and you start discarding. At this point, Otto should start swinging for the shields, because again, with Skull Sweeper, you don't go minus in card advantage. You don't have to fear something like Arc. And yeah, now I see why he's playing Skull Sweeper. Earlier I said, well, it's pretty bad because you don't play like, or you don't play it in your version where it can like rebirth target, but with Whipple Lotus, of course, you can attack a creature without giving your opponent like a shield. So yeah, Skull Sweeper triggers here, and yeah, I would have really liked Otto to start swinging, and yeah, it's just game over. Yeah. Yeah, Survivor naturally a good matchup against Fortress. Doesn't matter if you play like water or fire, or maybe just like without water and without light. It's just a good matchup. So let's quickly jump to our last match. And okay, we're seeing Gigasalt in a 4-boss deck. And again, I call it 4-boss because he's most likely not playing 4-boss, but usually the color combination Light, Darkness, Fire, Nature was popularized by playing like 4-4-boss, and he's going for the Rhea stuff with like Gigasalt, so playing maybe like 4 Gigabalza and 1 Gigasalt or 2. Um, Gravecorpse has to watch out that he's not like decking out, of course, but I'm sure he's aware of that. And yeah, just maybe like 1 Holy Ore to clear the board does it. Because with all your weenies, you can't get over like Juliana and Belix. He's playing Petrova also. Okay. Sure. So pretty interesting in deck from Gravecorpse. Playing like Pala Olesis and Petrova, like some Hydro and Gigasalt, some Hydro Hurricane-esque stuff. And yeah, at this point he should stop drawing cards with Rias. And because if your opponent has like a soul swap, swapping your sky sword, you have like 2 cards less. So Urias are just like vanillas at this point. I hope he's realizing it. Nine mana. Fortress Shell? Yeah, he's spraying like everything. He got every. He's drawing a card. Damn. I mean, is he not realizing he has to finish the game soon? No, he's activating Gigazalt. No, he's passing. Why don't you attack with Rias and then activate Giga Balsa again? I'm so confused. And now Sky Sword, yeah, swap on the Sky Sword. I don't know, man. Yeah, and you have like only 2 creatures that can really attack with the 2 Rias. Please don't draw a card now. Draw. Oh man. Mm. Nice. Yeah, Solomon saying 55 cards will qualify for semis, but I won't. Yeah, and but not just like any 55 cards. It's like some Fortress Hydro Hurricane Phobos-esque deck. I don't know, but it like works out for him at the moment. I would still say he's in a winning position, but he should have stopped drawing cards earlier with Rias. Well, if he loses this game, it's like his own fault. And just not like attacking like when he had the chance with like another Rias having Gigazal tapping the Giga Balsa to just card the card. Um, yeah, just from seeing like this game, some turns like yeah, seeing some misplays, some maybe some inexperience, just knowing when to attack and when not to attack. I mean, you have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers, and your opponent has 3 blockers, so you can easily go for game now. And so Belix, get back Soul Swap, play Soul Swap on Belix for Baza, and just like attack, please. Don't swap your Fortress Shell. You don't really care about the Ice Vapor, you have 6 cards in hand. So many mana, so much mana. Now Terra Pit. To just attack. What are you doing? You have 4 cards on deck. Boah. You have 8 attackers left. And your opponent has 1 block and 3 shields. Come on. Ah! Maybe I should give him a warning for slow playing. I don't know. Attack! Dude! Now imagine like, oh my. Now imagine like X-Boom top decking like a soul swap and having like another soul swap and shield and it's GG. Uh, Sadly he has like 3 soul swaps here, so damn, only 1 soul swap left. And now you are like in the same situation. Your opponent played the blocker, you play your buzzer again, and then it's like it's this. I don't know. I mean, it's not even playing safe. It's throwing the game. Soul swap. Swap out the Ecas for yeah. Imagine like I don't know, Holy Ore here and then top decking a Fal, get back Soul swap and GG. I had no swaps left. Ah, okay. Only playing 3 swaps, yeah. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we miscount? I don't know. Did I miscount? Um, yeah, then it's even safer. Like just I don't know. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's quickly put in the results. Okay. Downloading the MTG card image package, going strong. Like I said in the beginning, I already downloaded it for like 3 hours yesterday and the day before, and it's still going, still going. Okay. Let's wait like 2 minutes, and then next round is up in like 9:20. Sag mir, N? Do you say N, at or on or mm, or in? I don't know. Um, yeah, it's like 1 minute. Okay, so next pairings. We have Fire Nature Rush against Light Darkness Nature Control. We have um, the Grange against what was Gravecoast playing again? The Hydro Hurricane, four boss. What did we say? Uh, Another whatever engine. Light Darkness Fire Nature Control. What is Solomon playing again? Um, Hydro Hurricane against Fortress and Survivor against Water Fire Aggro. Mm, let's look at the match in Group A. Let's go at the Fire Nature Rush because it should be really fast. Or let's just see which matches up first from Group A. Either like Klotz X Boom or Grave Corps and Mr. De La Serna. I mean, they both opened the room. Yeah, when I'm watching two matches at a time, yeah. It's pretty hard to cast, but yeah. Who was the water fire aggro player? Oms Wizard. Oms Wizard is playing against Otto. Yeah, maybe we can watch two. Um, Common Missile. Let's go. I like it. Oof. If X-Boom going, Belix into Juliana going strong. But yeah, he's playing a lot of blockers like Belix, Juliana, Ikas. He should have a good matchup against Fire Nature Rush. And Grave Corpse's deck is, yeah, what is it called? Just like Light, Darkness, Fire, Nature Control, I would say. Um, but yeah, Mago is not typically a card you would see in control decks, more in like aggro or mid-range decks. Um, Meanwhile, Klotz trying to bait out a block from Juliana, so Gonta can kill Juliana, but yeah, if you are not blocking, you're losing like 2 shields in the process, so yeah. Um, Blocking is right here, in my opinion. Oh, I like the Trickster here from Mr. De La Serna. And yeah, X-Boom going with the Fighter Dual Fang. Or still having 4 shields, being ahead in mana, being like ahead in everything. Just play some blockers here and it's GG. Um, Meanwhile, on the other, um, oh, Cranium Clamp even better here for X-Boom. And I really don't like that draw to the, I don't, because yeah, it's the same like when you search a card from your deck, you put it in the battlefield, you put it like some somewhere in this corner here, and then your whole screen is getting fucked up. So don't do that. What? X-Boom is calling Soul Trooper. What the what? What is this race? Soul Trooper. What is Soul Trooper? Is like Ikas a Soul Trooper? I have to Google it in a minute. Yeah, meanwhile, with the mid-range deck, you have to, at some point, you have to attack because, like a control deck will outground you, and yeah, Extreme not finding like the right. No, yeah, Ikas is a Soul Trooper. Okay, and now Ikas can't be killed by Command Missile or Volcanic Arrows, and it can block like endlessly, and you can't get rid of the Petrova because it can't be targeted, and that's GG. Oh, burst shot. Damn. I mean, still an even position, I would say here. Finding his first nature mana. Maybe like a Terror Horn is nice now. Yeah, nice. And yeah, you are playing just like all your card, or no, not all your cards, but most of your cards are like 2-for-1s, like Terror Horn 2-for-1, Giga Bolzer, Aqua Hulkers, Ice Viper when it gets removed, and although he lost like 3 creatures, his opponent lost the mana, lost the card in hand with the burst shot, also lost some creatures in the battle zone, so it's pretty even here. Um, Again, I like the Command Missile here from Klotz, breaking through. Yeah, he has to hope that his opponent doesn't have like a Liliana again, which he has. Um, but again, you attack with like Polygon, then Juliana blocks, you kill the Juliana with Gonta. Um, yeah, for the side, I really like this card. Um, if an Iron-Set can kill everything your opponent has here. Um, yeah, looks again pretty even in the match. Let's see if it gets swapped out here now with 3 mana. Yeah, for Magnus. And yeah, Xboom just top decking like blocker after blocker, answer after answer. And now maybe Skysword, yeah. Yeah, it's even that Klotz has like the first answer for the Belix in Command Missile still when your opponent plays, I think, 3 or 2 Belix, 4 Juliana, 4 Ikas, what are you gonna do? Another, I don't really like Bloody Skeecho in the Water Darkness Fire mid-range deck because it can just be like swapped out against the threat. Now he starts attacking without like any play, having 2 cards in hand. Don't really like the attack here. Um, yeah, and now like what could he have in hand? Like 2 cards which he didn't play with 8 mana. Hmm. Opponent's playing Rias. Now if you have like a rebirth on Rias for, I don't know what you would have. Photosite is gone. Ice Vapor is gone. Ah, Volcanic Shadow. Okay. And yeah, Xboom is struggling. On the other side of on the left window. I mean, he just can't decide to play like, a discard spell and attack these two. Oh, okay, cause no Petrova. GG. It's like a it's like a two card like instant win button against FN Rush. And Mr. De La Sena had like Jagalzor, Magnus and Lost Soul in hand. Deciding not to play Jagalzor when he had like 6 mana and he passed with nothing. Not sure. Yeah, I mean, Ikas is 9k. You have to play like 3 creatures for Quixotic to get over it, but and even then you can just, I don't know. Yeah, it's not happening. And again, just drop passing. Hmm. Like Rebirth would be really nice here again on Bliss Totem. Maybe Soul Swap on Terrahorn for Baza. No. I mean, just yeah, playing. Yeah, I think after the Lost Soul, like the game was over here in this matchup. Yeah, why? Just put it like next to the creature, like I don't know. Yeah, now going for the rebirth. Maybe like for Coral, bounce the Bliss Totem. Still, Mr. De La Senna would love to see like a Morbid Medicine to get back like Ice Vapor and Jagalza and go for a big swing. And Solomon looking pretty good, I would say. Is the one card in hand a bug? Yeah, it's a bug. Dark Signer 18 cards in deck and Solomon 16. But yeah, he just needs some more pressure, some more creatures, and then a Hydro Hurricane. Yeah, or now the Hydro Hurricane is nice. Dark Signer saying GG. Not sure if I would scoop here. Oh, okay, Mr. De La Serna disconnected. Um, um, yeah, I think we don't have that in our tournament guidelines. What happens when a player disconnects? We have like in our tournament guidelines. Well, we have it like if a player is responsible for an irreparable, for what did we say? Um, let's just quickly go. Well, we have a guideline for not showing up. Um, 10 minutes, we could also say, yeah, we wait 10 minutes when a player disconnects. We have like a guideline for, let's see. Yeah, creating an irreparable game state will result in a game loss. Well, if you disconnect, then the game state is cannot be repaired, yeah. Here, disconnecting from the game and not returning in a reasonable time, 5 minutes, results in results in a game loss. The non-disconnected player has to prove Data didn't disconnect as well. Um, I mean, 5 minutes should not be like to the second, like in a reasonable time. That's just like, for example, 5 minutes. Like if he rejoins in like 7 minutes, it should be fine also. Um, hmm. Oh, he joined the game. Has closed the game. Hmm. Well, we can always give like time extension when like something like this like happens, because ending of the round is like extend, well, it's 30 minutes, so yeah, still have plenty of time. I think he technically reconnected and then the game closed again. Okay, no, I can't. Yeah, sadly, even if it's not like in your realm of I don't know, possibility that you don't like actively left the game crashed. Yeah, it happens, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the game state was pretty even, I would say, after the rebirth play on Bliss Totem. But yeah, okay. Let's look at Otto's game too. Taking quite long against like Water Fire aggro. But yeah, maybe they are like 1-1. Yeah, again, what is water doing for you now? Plague is nice, but like a burst shot would be insane. An APOC would be insane. Um, yeah. Uh, Yeah. Sadly, it does like that, but we have to make the rules. Otherwise, you could. I don't know if you could like fake it, but yeah, imagine you are like in a losing position. You start disconnecting, say, "Oh, it's not my fault," and we. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a game crash, but yeah, it's pretty hard to like um have like a proof that the game crash was not your fault, and you can't really prove that anyway. And yeah, it's sad, but yeah, that's like every other game handles it too. Yeah, and I mean they had some problems for like 5 minutes. And yeah, looking good for like the water fire aggro here, playing like gas after gas. And only mass removal here is Miraculous Plague, so having like the same problem as Fortress. Not a fan of Giga Rise. Maybe he's playing it instead of Morbid Medicine. Mm. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I like the swing early. The opponent has like no creature that they can trade in. But now even Kolan is fine. Trades 1 for 1. Giga Balza and Blossom type already did their job. So even if they get traded, it's like whatever. And you didn't give your opponent like a meaningful card. And no play from Grave Corpse here. So yeah, cooldown from shields was better than giving them like a Blossom tribe which they could use. Terrorhorn. I would like oh, he's going for photo sight. I would have liked Ice Vapor or some Jagalzo, for example. I mean, he doesn't have fire mana, but another shield trigger. Yeah, photo sight, I'm not agreeing because you are like clearly in a position where you want to attack. Your opponent has like no threats on board. You want to further pressure your opponent, and photo sight is like not doing that. So yeah. Meanwhile, on the other side, 12 mana is nice, but yeah, no fire means no board wipe. So you need like multiple lines of defense. Yeah, searching a Miraculous Plague here, playing Plague. Still like a Spin Slicer ends the game, a Speed Attacker ends the game. You have to give your opponent like Spiral Gate and Snip Striker, I assume. Yeah. Someone writing Grave Corpse's deck is the idea behind it is like, let's just make a deck with all Fire Darkness Nature light cards that won an IDC, except for like Fire Nature Rush. Yeah, he's playing like Fortress, Bliss Totem, Rebirth, I assume, Mysterious, Palolesis Petrova. It's like, I don't know. Um, but no forwards. Let's add everything, but no forwards. Would have even liked maybe like an Arc Search to prevent like discard, but I'm not sure what his other cards are. Um, oh, Soul Sopner for Fortress, I assume. Getting rid of, yeah, you can either get rid of water, darkness, or nature. Oh, what? Okay. I don't agree with that play. Now you lose like 3 shields. Um, I mean, you would have lost only 2 and could have taken him off a collar, but. And you would have. I don't know. And you would have had like a 5k beat stick to go over like the Terrorhorn if it attacks. Meanwhile, on the other side, no plague left, it seems, for Otto. Searching the Spiral Gate. I wouldn't have used like Spiral Gate here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Bouncing his own Sky Sword is nice. But now, no. But now your opponent just needs like, dude. Okay. Oh, he only had like 1 card, so yeah. Well, I can Aqua Hulkers into like um a Deadly Fighter, um, or like an Aqua Guide would have been game, but yeah. Well, Mr. De La Sinner still not having like a fire mana. Like, what is going on? Like being
17 cards deep in his deck. Not 17 because 5 in the shields, but 12 cards deep. Still no fire mana. Hmm. Call on evolution creature always feels nice. Yeah, and Otto somehow being in this game with like his 11th shield, um, losing the deck out race, but yeah, this game will not come down to deck out. Um, yeah, Spiral Gate on Cook Pollon, Snip Striker can't attack, and slowly but surely he's turning the game into his favor, which needed some good top decks and good shield triggers um, from him. Meanwhile, on the other hand, still Mr. De La Serna not having a fire mana to play like Rebirth on the Mysterias. Lost Soul would be nice. Jagalza threatens to end the game on the spot. Yeah, so really so many good cards here for the Rebirth version, but yeah. And again, we saw the Giga Rise being swapped in without having a fire or okay. You could have, yeah. I mean, another fire mana playing Baza would threaten to end the game. So unfortunate for him not having like another fire mana, it seems. And now tapping 2 mana seems like a Spiral Gate, which I'm also not a huge fan in the Rebirth version. Okay. Because Spiral Gate is only good like against aggro in the spot. You don't really use it on your own creature in the mid-range version. They don't have like any high impact. And it's really a situational card also, and in like mid-range you want to have multiple high value cards. But yeah, I can see it where you would play Spiral Gate because your aggro matchup is not that at least your Fire Nature Rush matchup is not that great. Against other aggro decks which are a turn or two slower, you do really well against. Yeah, meanwhile Otto dodged some possible shield triggers from the opponent, which could have ended the game like a Spiral Gate out of a Spiral Aqua Server out of the shields. Yeah, also agree. Just save the Spiral Gate and play Rebirth on Rias. Now he moved Jagalza to hand. And now when your opponent has like a Giga Balza, you lose your Jagalza, and the other way it would be like a 50-50. Dimension Gate for maybe Skysword. And I'm not sure how many minutes time extension I should give Grave Corpse and Mr. De La Serna because of the OCTGN problems. I'm thinking either 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but I think 10 minutes is a bit too much. Ah, Belix is nice, yeah. And meanwhile, Om's Wizard trying to figure out how he could lose this game. Yeah, well, maybe it has something to do with like the 11th shield here. So GG. Otto winning another game. And I think this is our only game left here. Let's see what Grave Corpse comes up with. He needs to answer the board and also the Jagal's on hand. Okay. Playing Skysword. I mean, he searched Belix, so I assume he will play Belix. Maybe get back Soul Swap, play Soul Swap on another Skysword. Or what I would like, play Soul Swap on Fortress Shell and burn the Fire Mana so opponent can't play the Jagals on hand. Yeah, still refusing to play the Fortress Shell. Um, I mean, yeah, if your opponent top decks like a Fire Mana, it's pretty bad, but not the end of the world. Still, so many good top decks here for Mr. Delaxiana. Rebirth, always nice in this situation. Lost Soul, always nice. Aqua Surfer. Mm, bounce Belix, maybe? Or just bounce Giga Balsa? I don't know. Yeah, bounce Belix because there's like not many good cards here in the mana zone. Many good spells. Take with both. Hope your opponent is not playing like Meltdown. Which he could definitely do. Um, Pwah! Burst shot, okay. Yeah, now I can see why he was thinking a bit longer. Like killing two of your own creatures, two of your opponent's creatures. So this would mean he doesn't have Meltdown in hand, otherwise this wouldn't have made sense. Um, yeah, still only needs to deal with Terrorhorn and now slash like a Magnus from your opponent to be safe from any speed attacker. And although he has 0 shields when he's dealing with Terrorhorn and playing the Belix, which got bounced back, he's in a good position, I would say. Play Belix, get that back Slash Charger, slash another meaningful card from your opponent. And yeah. Yeah, destroyed Magnus. Now Rias. Vapor is nice. Yeah, meanwhile the Discord is arguing about slow playing. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do against it. I mean, I've experienced this myself, so yeah. I think everyone has experienced this. I mean, in the rounds where there's no time limit, it's annoying as well. I had like a game against, I don't know. I mean, we have multiple slow players. We have like Weezing, Defender, Grave Corpse. Um, I don't know, maybe someone else. But yeah, the games took like, I don't know. Otto said 1 hour 40 minutes, and you have like, um, and you're playing for like, I don't know, half an hour, and your opponent's playing for like 1 hour 10. So it feels like pretty boring. And yeah, also one of the reasons I, yeah, don't play IDC anymore. But yeah, it's really frustrating when you have like only, I don't know, a quarter percentage play time, and your opponent has like the other 75%, and you just sit there and watching your opponent do some stuff, or not even doing anything, just sitting there. I don't know. And yeah, the judges can give like a warning for slow playing, but yeah, it's always pretty subjective when someone's slow playing and when someone doesn't. So yeah, now just one removal from Mr. De La Sala from the top wins him the game. Like another Aqua Surfer, a Soul Swap, a Spiral Gate. Um, yeah, we are only like in game two, and we are approaching timeout, which I already gave an extension due to the OCTGN issue. So they are practically playing for like 45 minutes or maybe even 50 minutes, and it's just like game two. And like Mr. De La Senna is playing a mid-range deck, so obviously it's not like his fault. Charging Logic Cube here, interesting. So this must mean there is no meltdown, because otherwise Logic Cube for meltdown like wins the game. You have 4 attackers. Your opponent would need like 4 shield triggers. Ah, no, no, there's a meltdown. I don't know why he's afraid, man. Like 4 shield triggers is so unlikely. There's no holy ore. There's no light. Yeah, maybe like the slow playing is just inexperience from Grave Corps. I mean, this play, Dude. And now he's killing the ice whip. Dude, come on, come on. Yeah, I think it's just inexperience. Like Meltdown, why would you even bother playing Holy Awe and stuff? And I think he had like Meltdown 3 turns ago. Just play Meltdown and finish the game with your 4 attackers. Is ah yeah. I mean, they are not slow playing like to yeah. Okay. Okay. Where do you play this? It's OCTGN. It's a gaming platform where you can play Duel Masters, you can play other TCGs like Magic, like Digimon. Um, yeah, check out our YouTube videos. There are some tutorials on how to set up OCTGN um, and so on. So looking at the standings, let's see which last match we should watch. Mr. De La Serna definitely out, sadly. Um, Klotz and X-Boom both have a chance to qualify. Gravecorp's Charger is not 100% through. We have to, because a tiebreaker is the Swiss standing. Um, let's quickly look at the Swiss standing. Gravecorps was ahead of Otto. Yeah, so if X-Boom wins and Klotz wins, Gravecorps is out. Because they would all be 2-1. And Gravecorps has the worst tiebreaker in Swiss. So yeah, to be through, Gravecorps has to win the match, or X-Boom has to lose or tie the match against Mr. De La Serna. And in Group B, we have Otto, who finished 6th because those two people have the exact same tiebreakers. They played a one-on-one to determine which player is on the 5th slot and which player is on the 6th slot, and Gravecorps won. So again, Dark Signer out. Solomon and Obs Wizard. Obs Wizard is behind Otto. So this means Otto is through 100%. Yeah, so I think we still have some interesting constellations, Om's Wizard or Solomon advancing, and here Gravecorps, X-Boom, and Klotz can advance. So let's see. Yeah, on OCTGN there's every card. You can also play OCG. There's like every card. Well, they are already pretty far here. Yeah, there's another platform like Shobu, but there's only like DM 1 to 4 or 5, which is pretty bad. Here we have like DM TCG 1 to 12, and also every other set known from the OCG. And Souls of Gigaslot fearing the the Giga Assault coming down. Not sure if I would be this afraid. I would have liked like the Soul Swap on Borsam Tribe for your patrol or something. A bit more proactive. Yeah. And now you don't have like something for the Rias maybe? Okay, you have something. Soul Swap. Every Soul Swap out. Again, not agreeing with the Soul Swap charge here. Oh, I agree because Ice Vapor, you lose a card in hand anyway. Double Ice Vapor again. Otto not playing fire, so Ice Vapor could be a problem, but if you always top deck like Survivor cards now, should be fine. Yeah, forward searching a spell, which you can charge next turn. Yeah, looks bad for Otto. Losing 2 cards from the mana zone. Um, yeah, I mean he won against Water Fire aggro, which had something to do, of course, with playing water, but again, we saw some game states where Burst Shot would have just ended the game, or like an APOC. Yeah, spectate another game. Um, yeah, maybe Death and Rush game is Klotz is playing against Grave Corpse. Why can't I? Aha. Come on. What is happening? We open the window. I hope this works now. Okay. Looking pretty good here for Solomon, but again, Otto with the factory shell and 4 was on board. Like a top deck survivor would be pretty good. Sky Sword. I mean, he can't attack, do it to the wall here. He needs a Petrova on like survivor. And Solomon just needs like a Hydro Hurricane to end the game here, in my opinion. Thinking 30 seconds. Let's count down. And Hydro Hurricane. Here it comes, bouncing 5 mana and 1 creature on board. Maybe like an Aqua Surfer or something. Yeah, following this up with like a Lost Soul. Yeah, Factory Shell, yeah, it's better. Or maybe like another Hydro Hurricane, or yeah, there's so much Solomon can do now. Now the question is, do you... You can't even kill the Ice Vapor, it's 5k. Hmm. Yeah, just a matter of time till Solomon wins. Maybe like an Holy Ore, and then you clear like most of the board. Um, Deploy some creatures first. Yeah. I mean, playing the second Rias, maybe you don't have like anything better to do. Um, yeah, discard 2 more cards from the hand. Yeah. Gigazalt, a really good addition to the Hydro Hurricane decks. Doing so much for the deck, even before Hydro Hurricane resolves, even after Hydro Hurricane resolves. Um, Now, like, play another creature, play another Hydro Hurricane, opponent at 0 mana, start discarding, and at some point you start swing for game. Yeah, Hydro Hurricane, GG. Bounce 4 creatures, bounce every mana, discard 3. It's just so snowbally once Hydro Hurricane gets moving. Meanwhile, Grave Corpse holding on, cycling some Sky Swords. Still no fire mana for like a mass removal. And now Klotz threatening to end the game, which doesn't happen. Now attacking here is interesting, playing around Meltdown or not. I mean, Polygon gets bounced back to hand anyway, so yeah, he's not attacking. But so far, what we've seen from Grave Corps, he's pretty afraid of playing Meltdown, so maybe the attack hero is right. Playing Meltdown here also loses you to Volcanic Arrows on the shields. Meanwhile, Otto ramping into Oblivion, and when he has Lost Soul next turn, would be pretty devastating for Solomon. On the other hand, a Cranium Clamp from Solomon would be devastating for him, for Otto as well. And still, Grave Corps no Fire Mana, which is quite a relief for Klotz, I would say, because an APOC would have just cleared the board. And no Lost Soul, but Factory Shell equally good. And yeah, just coming back to like the Chimera package, it does so much for the Hydro Hurricane deck. Gigaslug just like an auto win against some decks, like Azonios for example, just just stopping the big beefy boy by himself. Of course, the deck played for Locomotive before that, so the Giga Balsa was already there. So it feels kind of natural to add like more Chimeras and Gigazalt. I think one of the reasons that prevented you to play Gigazalt before was that you have so many 5-drops. You have like Petrova, you have Rias, you have Ice Vapor, so you didn't really look at another 5-drop. But again, it can snowball pretty hard. Meanwhile, they had like 2 or 3 turns, and then I look at the right and still see Grave Corps charging a Petrova, playing a Terror Pit for, I mean, and the other side has played 3 turns. Ah, painful, painful. Usually, we would think Fire Nature Rush game is super fast, but yeah. And this is what I mean. The game lasts for like an hour or like 50 minutes, and Klotz has played like 10 minutes in this 50 minutes, and Gravefire has played 40. So yeah, and yeah, would have liked an attack. Maybe not. Yeah, you wouldn't have blocked, and then Giza comes down, kills your Smash on. Um, but now Petrova pretty much wins you the game here, I think, for Otto, if he has it. Petrova attack over Gigazalt, opponent discards. Oh, yeah, Lost Soul also. Pretty good. So 1-1 on the left side. Meanwhile, I think it's game 1 on the right side. I mean, hmm. Yeah, it was just AFK for a second, for a minute. Yeah, but not much happening. Solomon just playing out some creatures, cycling through a stack with Rias to go for like a game-ending Hydro Hurricane next turns. Meanwhile, on the other side, Klotz had like a really good curve with FN Rush ending game 2. And at this point, Solomon having like 2 Palas on board and an Ice Vapor. I'm not seeing how Otto will break through. Um, Otto needs like a board of himself with a boosted Petrova or maybe a Holy Ore to break through, and with 0 cards in hand, only 6 mana, I don't see this happening anytime soon. Meanwhile, Klotz on the other hand um, missed like a turn. Okay, he has 4 cards in hand, no mana charge, and just playing Mushroom. Interesting. So do we have any results? Om's Wizard 1-2-0. Okay, so if Solomon wins now against Otto, Om's Wizard is out. And Solomon moves on. So yeah, for Solomon it's like win and in. Otto is like, I don't care. You will either advance being on the first or on the second position. And currently it's looking really good for Solomon. Meanwhile, on the right side, Klotz playing speed attacker, hoping to not see a shield trigger here, which he didn't. And now like a Hydro Hurricane from Solomon pretty much ends the game. Yep, here's the Hydro Hurricane, bounce 4 mana, bounce the creature, discard 2 cards from Otto, and he can basically scoop. So let's quickly look at Group A. What did we say here? Again, Klotz, X-Boom, and Grave Corpse can both move on. Grave Corpse with the worst tiebreaker, so he needs to win to be in, to be safe. And currently it's 1-1. Playing a 7 mana Kingdom Clamp from Grave Corpse, then killing like the Rikaboo and hoping to fail like top deck speed attacker. Now charge 5 mana, play Burst Shot is nice for Grave Corpse. Even some Sky Sword and Belix or something. Solomon has 6 cards left in the deck. Still drawing. Now I would like stop. Oh, first shield to a pit. But that shouldn't matter. Burn a mana. Petrova for good measure. And it's looking good for Grave Corpse on the other hand. Would have really liked one of the Volcanic Arrows or Comet Missiles, which got discarded by Lost Soul. And in typical Solomon fashion, he's writing in the results channel 2-1 while the game didn't end. Still yet. Okay. So let's see if we have like X-Boom still left. And it seems like Spinning Terror. Ah, yeah. You need some 2-drops in the Water Darkness Fire Nature version. But I don't think you should go for it in the Darkness section. You should go for it in the Nature section or in the Water section. Because you don't play any like Darkness 3-drops. So pumping up your Darkness count to get like a turn 2 play consistently doesn't really help with like your other turn 3 plays because you don't have like any. Meanwhile, in water you play Aqua Hulkus on turn 3 and in nature you play Blossom Tribe turn 3, so when you go for like Emerald or like Quixotic or something like that, you can support like your possibility to also hit your 3-drop consistently. Yeah, that's why I don't like Darkness 2 mana cards, because also they are just weaker. Like Spinning Terror is like a weaker Quixotic. Um, Bloody Skeeto is a good blocker, of course, against Effa and Rush, but against all other matchups, it's just dead. Okay, so X-Boom 1 to 0. To 1. And Solomon also 1 to 1. Which means group B. Let's see if this is correct. As we said, when they are tied, the deciding tiebreaker is the Swiss round placement. And Solomon placed second in Swiss, so he's first, which is right. And then Otto, and then Wizard, and then Otto, then Wizard. So congratulations to Solomon and Otto advancing to the semifinals. And looking at this game here, it's like a win and in again. Because Grave Corpse Charger has the worst tiebreaker out of X-Boom and Klotz. So pretty exciting here. Who wins is in. It's like a 1-1 at the moment. Timeout is at X8, so 12 minutes until timeout. And currently it's looking good for Grave Corpse. I hope it's 1-1. Yeah, it is.